I don't even know or understand where to start. I've been thinking about it, and normally I don't share these kind of things with individuals because I think it's too personal. But the point of having this YouTube is to share as much as possible my journey in life. That may include me deciding what to share and what not to share. I don't know if sharing this is the best idea, but if you see it, you see it. If you don't see it, then you don't see it. But on Tuesday, wait, before we reach a Tuesday, so I've been having neck pains and shoulder pains for maybe a month, a year, not a month, maybe a year now. But I really never thought anything of it. Anyway, it keeps coming up, it keeps reappearing, and so I went and saw my specialist, and he ordered an x-ray, or a few x-rays to be frank, and I did the x-rays, but the x-ray results shows that I'm having problems in terms of my neck and spine. If you don't know, I have scoliosis, and so I'm still curving, and one of the places that I'm now curving is my neck, and it's bending to the point where I am having nerves problem, and the nerves problem are causing me to have neck and muscle spasms. That's not pretty, trust me, it's not. On top of all this loveliness, finding out that you're having neck and shoulder spasm, and it's due to nerves ending damages, or nerves damage, or whatever you want to put it. My, like I said, the spine is still curving, so that means my internal organs are still being affected, and one of that problem is, based on the x-ray, it's not 100% concrete, but the x-rays do prove I don't think I can have kids. So if you know what osteogenesis is like, you know that the chances are pretty slim. It's very slim for an osteogenesis person to be able to have full-term pregnancy with minimal complications. Pregnancy in itself is already a complicated process, so adding osteogenesis to it just makes it worse. So to know here that based on what is happening with the scoliosis and everything, is no longer, I'm recommending that you not have kids, is no, please do not have kids if you want your life. For those of you who know me, you know that this is not exactly the easiest thing to hear, mainly because I've always wanted one. I refer to him as my one seed. I've always wanted one. So now I'm being told not even the one I can get. It's not the easiest news to accept. To be frank, it's not the easiest news, and I clearly don't know what to do with myself in terms of the information and processing it. I really don't know how to process this. Come on, I know. People out there have big. I don't want them. I can get one. Just one. As I was trying to say, you have people out here who have 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, and clearly they either don't want them, don't know how to take care of them, or just don't care. And then you have people like me, where would I do anything for just one? Just me and my one seed boy, just one. And not even that you can't get. Recently I posted that you lose as much as you gain. And when I posted it, it was before I knew all of this. I was but I was realizing certain little things in terms of my career. And I realized that God sometimes placed us in some very uncomfortable positions so that we can grow as individuals. And I was saying to myself, we lose as much as we gain. And I did a video explaining the whole process of losing as much as you gain. But it never occurred to me that it never occurred to me that talking about losing as much as you gain would also mean this. Because that mistake, it's just one, one. You sit down and you ask for one. Not that you can't afford more, but I already know the circumstances around me and osteogenesis imperfecta. So I'm not going to be greedy and say I want to have kids. I want to have a kid, a child. That's one. Me, I'm a one seed boy. I go travel the world. That's always what I've spoken about. Me and my one seed boy, I could do this, or me and my one seed boy, I could do that. And I've always tried to work towards putting things in place for me and my one seed. But no, there's no more one seed. Yo, I was watching a video, I think on Sunday, where there's this couple. I link the video down below and you can start watching the video at I think at about, I don't know, I'll insert at what point somewhere along here. I'll insert at what point you can start watching the video to where. And I didn't know how to explain what I was feeling until I watched that video and hear the young lady explain how she was feeling, and I say, boy, somebody just put words in my mouth, literally. But basically what she was saying is, when you have the choice to choose not to do something, is different from hearing, listen, you cannot do this. When I had the choice, because it was always a choice, for an osteogenesis patient, it's always a choice. You're either going to choose to live out your life by yourself, or you're going to choose to one day have one for yourself. But and you make that choice based on how you feel and what you think, on how you are mentally and physically. It's your body, so you know it more than anything else. So you make the choice, you make the decision based on that. What are you going to do and how you're going to play this out? But when you walk into a doctor's office and it's no longer a choice, you're not getting a choice anymore, They're basically telling you, say, if you want to live, then this is what you need to do. I know I haven't really explained to many people what is happening, because honestly I couldn't explain it. I don't know if I explain. I don't know if I tell you, say, oh, I just found out I can't have kids. Like, how do you explain that? How do you say? How do you explain that? How do you say something like that? Everybody is trying to kind of figure out that. Well, my friends, not everybody, but my real close friends are figuring out that something is wrong. My energy is not my regular energy, and I want to explain what is happening, but I cannot explain to you that, listen, I'm feeling this way because of this. Because honestly, I don't even know. Before the video on Sunday, I didn't even have words to describe myself, what I'm feeling. So how do you explain to somebody that this is what you're feeling when you yourself can't even explain what you're feeling? When you yourself can't even explain what you're feeling. And then what hurts the most is everybody have one or two person in their life who they trust with all of the information or most of the information. And whatever happen, you kind of run to that person and you tell them. But when you run to that person and you tell them exactly how you feel, and they brush it aside like, okay, so what next? It's like, the fuck? You don't know how to. I understand that many people don't know how to process information, right? And it takes a while to process something, but when a friend comes to you and says to you, say, this is what I'm facing, this is what is happening with me, and you're like, okay, so what's next? That's not the best approach, especially to something this sensitive. So I know that boy, I don't know. What do you do next? How you process this? By the way, I don't care if you all think this is nasty or whatever. I don't care. Next for me is, that's exactly it. I don't know next. Everything I've been working towards, everything I've put in place, everything I'm trying to put in place was to lead up to that moment. I no longer have that moment. It's like I don't even know what to do with myself now, because you're not no more generation after this in your life, you know. So what next for you? What you going to do? Your generation your generation line ends here. Your bloodline ends here. So what you do next? How you process? How you move on? It's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what to do. But let me tell you something. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Support system are the biggest thing ever. So until this video posts, nobody knows what is happening. I think honestly nobody knows. I think my mother clearly. None of my friends really know what is happening. They know I'm not my usual self. And according to one of them, my energy is off. So you can tell my energy is off. That means there's something wrong. And at the end of this video, I'll insert some of the messages that I've gotten over the last couple of days with people who have noticed that I'm not my usual self, and I've tried to reach out. And even though That means I really want to talk to them, but me myself can't comprehend what I feel. So I don't know if I explain it to you. My shoulder hurting. So I'll insert some of the messages that I've received over the last couple of days. And I'm going to point out, guys, all of the messages that I've received, I've welcomed. Honest to God, I welcome the messages. I'm so grateful to have a support system like you guys. I'm extremely grateful, and I can't thank you enough for every call I get, for every message I get, for every bad up I get. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. But Mrs. Lewis, I think she first shot me with her message. When I read it, I never know how to comprehend it. It's like, But it just feel a sudden sense of calm when I read her message. Jay rocked me to the core with the message. Jay rocked me to the core with the message. But I think Jay, me still I read it. I think I need for Diana, Mrs. Lewis, Diana, and Jay message. I think I need to print them there and frame them, put them over my bed. Swear to no. Jay message. Jay. How do I explain? It's like he's giving me assurance that I'm right here. I'm right here. If you need me, if you need me, I'm right here. But at the same time, Jay tell me say, yo, shake it up. Whatever you got to, shake it up. Process it, go through it, and move on. Can I know you this? I'm going back my Sanchi. So Jay, I received your message well. I'm Mr. Morris. Mr. Morrison. The calls were worth it. Every single one, every single message where you send, every single call, all the video call them when you sit down and chat with me after you see me post my status them. But no, thank you so much, guys, for being there. I don't know how else I'm going to thank you ever in our life, but by the time you all see this message, you will know and understand what is happening and why I'm the way I am. And I'm just going to ask that I don't want nobody sympathize with me, honest to God. Oh Lord, I'm so messy. I don't want nobody sympathize with me. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm just doing it because I'm sharing all that has happened. So I'm not looking sympathy. I'm just asking that all my friends, all the people who know, love and support me, just give me time to go through the motions. And guys, I already know what I'm going to say. You can go adapt. You can do all these things, and I'm fine with doing all of those things. I'm fine with it, and I don't have a problem doing it. It's just not the same. And no matter how you put it, it's never going to be the same. So even though I don't have a problem to go out there, go adapt, or if go do a surrogate mother or whatever, I don't have a problem doing that. It's a part of life. Ain't coming back down. And if I have to, I will, honestly. But it's not the same. And it will never be the same. But otherwise, thank you all so much. Just give me time. I'll be back to my, as my cousin put it, usual bubbly, happy self as soon as I process and decide what next for me and how am I going to proceed from here.